This is Weights and Wealth, your one-stop shop for entertaining education on building a stronger body and bank account.
We are not doctors or financial advisors and must warn you this is not medical or investing advice. It is for your entertainment.
Welcome back to Weights and Wealth. We'll be doing 2024 bingo for this episode. Dad, if you want to lead us in with the weights wisdom.
Or skipping the shout out?
I'll go for the shout out. Why not?
Shout out
Give
to
us
this
some
one
attention.
Goes to my wife, Alex, from Clarksville, Tennessee. She's very supportive of the show, and she gives us a lot of feedback. Tells me that I say right too much at the end of a sentence, so I gotta stop doing that. But we really appreciate how much she supports the show. For the first year of the show, she would help Nick and I with the recording and be basically the producer, helping press record on everything and helping us. So
I think she would take umbrage at you saying that she's from Clarksville, Tennessee. She's from Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, but currently in Clarksville. So
I would say I'm from El Paso. Come on now.
The weights wisdom of the week is, if you've never done a 5-3-1 in a program, now is the time. Go ahead and try it. You're probably going to get a lot of good strength gains, and we know it follows strength, right, Sean?
Big bulbous muscles.
There you go. Heard it here first, folks. All right, Nick, you want to explain the bingo board?
Yeah, so as Sean mentioned, we created a bingo board at the start of January. Just some predictions of what could happen. Some are likely to happen, some not so much. I have Ted going vegan as one, so we'll see about that one. But yeah, we're just going to share a couple of our predictions for 2024. And by the time this comes out, most of them probably happened already because we are prophets.
Also, we'll post pictures of our bingo boards on in this episode if you're watching on video on Spotify or YouTube, and we'll also throw it up on the social media. And then I guess at the end of the year, we'll go through and see who won.
See who won.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it's going to be me.
So Nick already shared one of his funny ones, me going vegan. That would never happen, ever.
I don't know about
Sean, you got a funny one you want to share?
Ted reproduces. I think that'll be hilarious. So, I think it's likely. I would put that in a high likely category, but I also think it's highly funny.
Why would that be funny?
I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine like a small U, long and drawn out, and
a lot of falling and tripping.
Yeah, going to be a long baby. 69 inches.
One of my funny ones is Congress investigates Bigfoot. Congress has been investigating everything. We saw all the alien investigations, maybe the Biden family as well, but that's one of mine. One of my easy ones that I think will definitely happen is Weights and Wealth passes 300 subscribers on YouTube. Speaking of which, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, even if you're listening on Spotify, it would really help us out if you go over to YouTube and hit subscribe. Which one of your easy ones? One of your gimmies?
There's a couple. I don't know what you would qualify as likely, but some things. Because the one I did was funny, but also likely. So I would say kind of I don't know if it's necessarily far, but I would say anti-Semitism will be made illegal federally. I just think with all the Israel stuff heating up, I think we'll see something like what Florida did at the federal level, particularly if the Republicans take power in 2024, just because they generally have a very pro-Israel stance, and especially if DeSantis is in the cabinet or a running mate, which still is TBD. I could see them doing something like where they penalize it and make it at least like a civil crime to express like anti-Zionist sentiments. publicly.
That'd be weird to have hate towards just one group made illegal.
They
not
did it in
towards
Florida.
other groups, yeah.
Did it in Florida. So
Interesting.
I think it's possible with the powers that are currently, you know, like the go-to people in the Republican Party. I think that if they did it at the state level and with things heating up around that kind of like sectarian area, I think we could see it at the federal level if those same people take the White House.
Nick, what's one of your gimmies?
I mean, I wouldn't say this is a super easy gimme, but I'm going to say that RFK wins a state. And I'm not talking like Nebraska's one vote or whatever, but he wins like a full state.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the last time a third-party candidate won a state.
Yeah, because I don't think Ross Perot won a single state.
Or, yeah, I don't know. Did Gary Johnson win one? No. Yeah.
Gary Johnson got like less than 1%.
He
of the
did.
popular vote.
Okay.
That goes into one of my long shots. I've got on my bingo board that RFK gets a larger percentage of the popular vote than Ross Perot got, which I believe was like around 19%. I think that'd be very hard to do, but I think it's possible. Especially you see like so many Democrats don't want to vote for Biden, and then a lot of Republicans don't want to vote for Trump because of his mistakes with COVID. So I think RFK actually does have a decent chance of pulling a decent percentage from both parties and from independents. But I think it's still a long shot to see him getting like 25%, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, RFK is weak with Republicans because of his gun and abortion stance.
Yeah.
And he doesn't help himself. You know, he could come out more vehemently against, you know, some types of gun control, and particularly be a little bit more pro-life maybe. And I think
he's a Democrat though, so like that his beliefs are his beliefs, and he's not going to change them just to try to. I mean, politicians often do, but it's interesting that he's really kind of a blend of some Republican issues and some Democrat.
Well, it's not
issues.
even necessarily Republican. Like a lot of those like anti-big pharma stances are traditionally like what you would think of as the hippies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, things have changed and he didn't. So that's why he, you know, got essentially banned from the DNC, which is crazy. I mean, thinking about like all the stuff going on in New Hampshire, how like their primary got thrown out. Iowa's really weird. Like, I don't know, like the more you read into like national committee politics, whether it's the RNC or the DNC, like you kind of realize that no matter who you vote for, it doesn't necessarily matter because they'll just super delegate your dude out if they don't like him.
Yeah. I think we talked about that in like one of the episodes in the late 50s, like 10, 15 episodes ago, how like, yeah, especially in the DNC, there's all those super delegates, and like in 2016,
It's happened to Bernie.
Bernie should have been the Democratic candidate, but then all the super delegates came in and voted for Hillary. So it's like the primary results don't even matter.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It's like the old school Senate, you know, like how it used to be the Senate was selected by the House from each state. And
this is probably one of the least known amendments to the Constitution, 17th Amendment. So what Sean's saying is, yeah, before the 17th Amendment, the Senate was actually elected by the state legislatures. Yeah. And then the 17th Amendment made it so that the Senate was elected just like the House of Representatives by popular vote within the states. And should probably be repealed, but it's another discussion.
Probably be repealed.
If you guys want us to do an episode on amendments we would add to the Constitution,
I think it would be.
That'd be a good episode.
I think even amendments that like just going over the amendments, because I think most people don't know the amendments to the Constitution. Most people don't know the Bill of Rights. Most people only know like the preamble to the Constitution because they see it tweeted, you know, at someone.
Or they see it on t-shirts.
Politically. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, what about the rest of it?
Yeah.
You know, go a little deeper. You know?
We had that on our list of episodes, Bill of Rights episode, and for some reason we keep pushing it, but we'll have to do
that's an easy one.
like that.
Yeah.
Nick, what's one of your long shots?
I mean, I think Ted going vegan's a pretty long shot.
I would say so.
I mean, not a super long shot, but I'm going to say either Ted or Sean's car gets broken into in DC.
It's happened before to me. Yeah.
Oh, see, luckily my car is so crappy that they wouldn't want it. It's a 2008 Dodge. It's not exactly what you would break into if you're looking to score. So don't flaunt your money, guys,
My truck has been broken into one time.
because it's too nice.
It's not even, it's
It's too nice.
I don't have any upgrades on my truck. It's just a standard
still new.
Silverado.
Yeah, standard
But,
Silverado means
yeah.
you got money.
Parked in DC for 30 minutes. Went and got lunch with a friend and truck window smashed. It's, excited to go to the swamp for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you take public transportation there during the daytime.
For those that don't know, Sean is moving from El Paso to DC, and I'm moving from Clarksville, Tennessee to DC. We're both going to the Army's moving us both to the same unit. So
We're moving to the nucleus of power in the U.S. That way we can siphon ourselves into it more appropriately and really have our hands on the pulse of global geopolitics.
Influence the government with our
and
anarcho-capitalist
we're
views.
slowly going to infiltrate the deep state.
All right. Well, if you guys want to follow along with the bingo, maybe whenever someone gets something checked off on the bingo board, we'll post it on the Instagram story, and we'll just kind of keep a tally as we go throughout the year. And then we'll
100%.
review it at the end of the year. But we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us today at Weights and Wealth. And don't forget to apply today's lessons to live healthy and wealthy.
If this conversation will contribute to your fitness and financial gains, please share it with a friend or family member and give a 5-star review so more people can lift bigger weights and get bigger bank accounts.